Well, interesting turn of events, to say the least. My arms should be flying around right now. Boy,
Yeah, almost as much as the referee's arms have been.
well, you'll get your chance. Well, interesting. I mean, 27 to 20 there, folks, on shots on goal, and we thought we had a 4-1 game going here, and they pulled that last goal back for goalie interference. As luck would have it, I was walking away. So, did you see any of that?
It was. I mean, and that was a good call. Like waving that
all right.
goal off, there was. It looked like there was some goalie interference in there for sure. Whether the hook that brought him down was the cause of it or not is questionable. But there was definitely, the Sting body went right into the Kingston goalie and brought him down. So that was a direct result of the goal. So I can't complain about them calling back that one for goaltender interference. Okay. That was a good call. But
well, I look like Coach Letang might disagree with you because the way they had him up on the screen, and he's not like he's not a super like emotional guy when it comes to that, but he was definitely having words with the referee there. So
his argument was probably that because like right after that happened, there was a hooking penalty for Kingston.
Right.
So his argument probably was that hook that put their guy into the box is the result of what happened, why our guy ended up into their goalie. But at the same time, like it was, they can't allow that goal.
The call is the call, and that's the way it's going to be called. So move forward, and move forward. Kingston did when they would come back with 2 more goals, and now we're sitting at 3-3. What did we see happen there?
I think that the Sting of old, I think, are rearing their ugly head a little bit, and they're letting what's happening down there affect them. They've been so good at not letting those little things get in their head and affect their play. But I think them getting that goal called back and a couple of the bad calls that we've seen, like Sasha Pasachov took a stick right to the face, and like he went down immediately, and it was right in front of the referee. There was no call on that. And then there was, I think it was Easton Wainwright. He got tackled on a power play. No call on that. Yeah. So, and then, was it Dillingham gets put in the box for what looked like a very clean hit. They call him for interference for it.
Dillingham's been spending a lot of time in the penalty box this game. Unfortunately, right? Because he's a force out there that I think because when he's in the penalty box, he's definitely missed out there. Mm-hmm. Just his strength as a player, but just the leadership side of things out there too, and you can feel that he puts a vibe out on the ice. I think
most definitely, and he is missed out there on the ice when he is in the box, but at the same time, he never takes a bad penalty. I don't think, or very rarely does he take a bad penalty. Yeah. Everything that he ends up doing, it's
having his day to day.
Well, I mean, and both of his the one I felt was a bad call, and the other one was just. Somebody got in his face. Yeah. He didn't let him.
Well, there's time to take penalties for sure. I mean, but now I would say it's not anymore the time when we come into the third period here because it's 0-0 again here, pretty much, right? With shots on goal. Like I was looking earlier and I was like, wow, we were really far ahead, and Kingston really caught up on those shots on goal. They seem to be breaking through our lines out there.
A little bit, yeah, but they were leading. Like Kingston was leading for shots early in the game. And then we just had a couple of really good minutes out there where we just got off. I mean, probably in 3 minutes of hockey, I think they put 10 shots on the net.
Yeah.
Back in the first period there, which is what gave us that lead on them. But yeah, they are starting to come back with the shots. They are, they're taking advantage of questionable referees' calls and of Sarnia Sting. Kind of their defenses have just kind of shut down after what's going on out there. I'm just thankful it happened right near the end of the period.
Yeah,
and
that could have made a difference if it happened at the start.
Yeah, most definitely. They're getting a chance to in the locker room right now. They're taking a breath. The coaching staff's in there telling them, like, hey, guys, just start over. Don't let that get to you. Let's play our game. Because it's been working so well for them for so long, and we've said it a few times. They don't let those things get to them. The little things get to them and affect their game like they used to in the past, and they've done so well with it. But I think that's what happened out there at the end of that period.
I can see that for sure. Time to grow the rhino skin, right, and let the bullets bounce off when we're this close to playoff hockey for sure. And, that emotion thing. Got to be feeling a little, there's that. And then I think, the loss last night definitely probably made them feel like, wow, we should have won that game. But all you can do is keep moving forward. And then now, well, let's talk about Del Belbaluzzo getting his goal in there. That was a beautiful goal, as it always is.
Yes.
Never a surprise from him.
Not from him, no. Every time he steps out on the ice, it's like he's always looking to make something happen. He's a great passer, great shooter. Like he's got such an amazing, well-rounded offensive game. He's almost every time you hear them announce one of the Sting goals, it's assisting goes to Luca Del Belbaluz.
I just blink and I just wait. Yeah, it's probably Del Belbaluz or
if he didn't put it in, he was involved in it in some way or another.
That's right. And then, do you think the passing was better? Because we said last period.
I mean, at points it was, but I mean, it was still there, like we were talking about. Like there's still definitely some work to be done there. They had a really few good moments out there where things were kind of clicking, but no, I don't think it's all the way back. Like we had quite a few moments up there where like some bad passes getting intercepted and they were coughing up the puck.
Lots of variables that affected out there for sure. And Cooper Way, I mean, really nice to see him get in on the game action. Right after, like he said the other day, like, I don't score a lot, but I think it was like his 7th of the season
14th, I think.
Oh, was it 14th?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. And, but so then nice to see him. How you doing? Nice to see him get in there and have some. I think he really enjoyed that goal. I
think so too.
It was a pretty sweet goal too.
That was just right. He's right in the. Took it right up front. But I think he went 5-hole on him, didn't he, on that one? Or
he what?
I think he went 5-hole right between his legs.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's the one I'm talking about.
That was that was a very nice
goal. It was like,
goal.
when I was like, wow.
But the look on his face afterwards, too, you're right. He definitely enjoyed that one. He was happy.
For sure. That'll make up for the sore hand that maybe he still got a little bit. The hand isn't obviously that bad if he's scoring goals out there.
I guess not.
All right, well, I mean, pretty much. Oh, I do want to go back just to the last period there for just a moment. I didn't have the young fellas' names. Jackson Mitchell and Fraser Anderson are the young honorary Sting players, I guess, if you will, that they were showing up on the screen there earlier. All right, well, now moving forward at 20 more minutes, the final 20, as they say, is typically the time that, especially when you're tied 3-3 right now. I mean, look at this, and then look at this, London 3-2 over Flint Firebirds.
Oh, wow.
That's not a really, like, I would think London
would be
way
more,
further, right?
Flint's a great team.
There's Guelph again winning too. So, and wow, 7-1. Barrie over Niagara. I'm not shocked about that one.
No, not at all.
Niagara, I'm sorry. They have had a horrible year. I have friends of mine live down in St. Catharines, and they're like, we want to move to Sarnia.
There's a young guy over in section 119 tonight wearing a Niagara Ice Dogs jersey. So if he just saw that, hopefully he's going to be taking that off.
Some teams have their zealots, right? They're loyal no matter what. They're kind of like Leaf fans.
Yes, you took the words right out of my mouth there.
All right. Well, easy for us to say who I don't tie skate still. So post-game press conference coming up. Sarnia Sting are really going to have to crank it up a little bit more. They got to get back into that structure out there. I think that's probably the word that describes it mostly, that they don't have that structure that they've been having in all those games that they've had in that 8-game winning streak, right?
Mm-hmm. I think the most important thing right now is definitely they got to get that structure back out there. They got to make those passes happen again. But right now, I think the most important thing is that they refocus, because you can that last 2-3 minutes there, they had completely lost focus. You can see that everything was breaking down, their offense, their defense. Even Nick Serzicha in the net there was having bad few moments there. So
there was.
They were the emotion of what's happening out there on the ice right now, I think, is a big factor in those last 2 goals that we saw coming from Kingston. So if they can manage to get past that, take a breath, the coaching staff, let them know, like, you guys are the Sarnia Sting. You guys have been doing amazing. Don't let one bad thing out on the ice affect us for the rest of the game.
Easy for you to say.
It's definitely easy for me to say. I'm standing up here.
Well, and especially I go back to Letang there, too. Like, we saw quite a bit of motion from him there. He's got to go in the locker room and hold himself together because he's the leader of the pack, right? He's got to go in there and say, yep, you're getting some bad whatevers out there. Mm-hmm. Shake it off. Scream into a pillow. Whatever you got to do to get it out of you. Now go back out there and play the hockey you've been playing. I don't know that. I don't think there's a motivational speech in that locker room. I think it's as simple as what you've been saying here, Lee. Just get back to focus and doing what you know how to do this. You've shown it they've not only showed it on that 8-game winning streak, they've really been showing it for a better part of this season out there.
Pretty much ever since the holiday break there, ever since we came into the new year and we made those moves there with the roster moves, this team has just kind of came together really quickly in January, and pretty much ever since January, this team has been second to none in the whole league. We might be third in the standings,
something like
but
that.
I think if we looked at all the stats from January 1st, I think we're looking at we'd be up there at top of the pack.
For sure. All right, well, about 5.5 minutes away before they come back out here, and of course, we'll remind you about the post-game press conference. We'll be on the Sarnia Sting of Facebook, Twitter, and of course, all of my social medias as well. So follow us everywhere. You can't miss out on what's happening here at the Sarnia Sting between me and Lee Cunningham and your TV. We kind of got you covered. All right, we'll see you at the post-game. Lee, thanks so much once again, and congratulations once again to my friend Lee Cunningham on 1,500 OHL broadcasts. There is a celebration coming after post-game. It's top secret, can't tell you. All right. This one, the final one for our friend J-Pack. I'm ready. 1, 2, 3. Go, Sting, go.